The Boneman, Part 8. Actually, Part 8 this time. The dense woodline hides much of the fog in twisted boughs beneath the thickets of thorn bush. A steep incline and walls of rock to the left, the rumblings of a fast-moving stream, giggles like the last gasp of a drowning man. To the right of them. I don't like that sound when the creeks flood. It doesn't have a peaceful tone, Angie says, picking up the noise with a shiver. I don't mind it. I guess it just sounds like water, Nolan replies as he keeps his eyes to his feet for better vision. It can be said that throughout the age of man's history, be it with the philosophy of religion or pagan ponderings, everyone has wondered about their place in the cosmic scheme. Nolan may not have had enough years under his proverbial belt to have questions, or any sense of godly ordinance to the world. With an individual who asks about his or her place in the plan, the first question, and probably the more important question, to what God may have an eye on you. Religion and faith will not dictate such things, as there's arguably many gods or celestial properties that may affect our existence. It is hardly a matter of greater or lesser evils, as evil is purely a human idea, a cause to an effect, a denial of life's hardships, or perhaps our own excuses for the choices we make. So in that vein, a being of omnipotent influence would not assume to such trivial things, and there have no moral attachments. However, disguising their machinations is key to an industrious illusion that faith will or can change what is. For every twist and small subjugation that we see as purely incidental could very well be the intersection of some great scheme. Safe to say that these tiny bits of random chaos keep us from chance avoidance, or perhaps keep us on the path to fulfilling an ultimate purpose. A back road in the dark, under cover of fog, 6 friends walk home. As they become accustomed to their conditions, their voices ring through the night as they talk of the past, share their once again told stories, and keep joy among them, as all good company should do. Whatever pains could come from the surrounding world, they're together, they're impervious to woe. Not a harsh fairy tale from Mania could have mourning. So what's the plan when you get out of school, Nolan? Sherman breaks the routine conversation with something a bit more serious. He has not yet discussed future events with his brother, the curiosity coming over him. Nolan thinks for a moment, as one still young should do. He can say that he is better prepared for an adult world than most, inheriting his family's work ethic. I get to get out of school, he jokes to buy himself a small pace of time. Stick around here for a while. I know that Mom is still going to need help. I haven't looked into colleges yet, but I have to build up more stuff to show them. Stuff, huh? Yeah. Angie gives his hand a squeeze and put her head on his shoulder. He's got a good portfolio going. I keep saying he should send some of it to contests or something, she adds in. Portfolio? Sure, Mass, as he had not been around for some time, keeping his head in school of his own and the work that he has had to do. He feels a spot of shame that he had missed something in his brother's life that is obviously important. Whether this bothered Nolan or not, his brother never said. Nolan has understanding and patience to his credit, something most his age don't want to have. You know, with all the storylines and stuff for games, well, I sent a few things around to different schools, got some great feedback. Looks like I'll be taking some writing as a major. Nolan hesitates. Not that he feared jokes or their judgment, still he felt as though there were eyes on him, sizing him up. The feeling, not being one of judgment against his nature or ambitions, it still shakes him. "Hey, that's great, brother. But if you use me in a bestseller, I want likeness rights," Sherm says, laughing, and the others, even Angie, nod and yap in agreements to his statement. Nolan laughs at their admiration, an act cut short by the shock of a high-pitched howl. The cry silences the night, making them all leap in fright. The line started there now rolls off into the distance, joined quickly by another, a duet of mournful tones that could bring tears to the most insensitive of eyes. Angie pulls Nolan close. The rest bunch up, looking into the oblivion of darkness. Fog at the upper edge of a low-lying ridge. Glistening black rock from the ditch at the roadside, 20 feet to where they can see the desperately clutching tree roots. "Do you think they're close?" Nolan asks quietly. "It's just a couple dogs," Digger says dryly. "Those are coyotes," Nolan with a corrective tone. As he stares up into the darkness, he catches a sense of something, like an old friend. He recalls the comfort of that sound on summer nights with the window drawn open. Out past the long field that served as their backyard, a strip of wetland kept the property separate from the woods. The sound should be a faint lullaby, so soothing to him. He had forgotten the sound for so long, as most of the farmers around them would hunt down the coyotes and drive them off. He becomes nearly lost in the sound until that is the intentions becoming clear. The sadness and beauty turn to hunger. Even he takes a step back like the others away from the hillside. Angie grips onto Nolan's hand like a vice, and in that moment her hand is ripped away from his. He doesn't feel it at first. Only a split second, then weightlessness, and air rushing all over him. Nolan finds darkness, no sound now, no air to breathe, no thoughts to think. Then the pain sets upon him like some deranged, vicious animal tearing apart his body. He can't scream through the bubbling of fluid in his lungs. The agony is everlasting as he opens one eye, unable to open the other. As he realizes the other eye has been crushed inside the socket, he can glimpse the fog all around him, yet distance, leaving the clear view of pavement littered with the broken scraps of headlight and windshield. The touch of hair that floats in the air, strands with globules, if blood like rain clinging to spider silk. Her face is a broken upheaval of what once was. Through pain of his own he gags. A whisper of foaming clots and screams.